Hey everyone, this is Blue Wolf Productions, and I have been away for some time, as you can see, because my last video was almost 10 months ago. Yeah, I just had like a lot of stuff going on in my life, and because of that, I just wasn't able to keep doing frequent uploads as much as I would like to. I didn't really buy any manga in those 10 months because I just was not able to keep doing haul videos and stuff, just because manga can be a bit expensive. But you know, since we're in the middle of this quarantine, I just feel like this would be a good time to get back the channel and stuff, make some more content, because I have a lot more time now. So my best way to get everyone back into the channel, honestly, is just to do a manga collection video, because I did buy a few things before I went on my hiatus, I'd say. Just a few things, but anyways, enjoy this manga collection video, and it's just an updated video to show you guys what I have. So right here we have Maximum Ride Volumes 1 to 5. I really want to get more of Maximum Ride. I haven't read it in a little bit, just because I've been reading other things. But, you know, Maximum Ride was a good series from what I remember. I've read up to Volume 3, and I hope to get more of that at some point. So, and down here, we have Rurouni Kenshin Visbig Volumes 1 to 9. I made a review for Rurouni Kenshin on my channel like a while back, so you guys can go watch that and hear my thoughts on it if you guys are interested in hearing that. But yeah, it's a very good shonen battle manga. It's a historical fictional series. It takes place in the Meiji era of Japan, so very good, very excellent series. I'd say it's one of the best of Shonen Jump's manga, and the ending is very good. So right here, I'll move this stack out the way real quick, is Yu Hakusho Volumes 1 to 19, and that's the complete series. So I finished Yu Hakusho, like, I've already watched the anime like a good couple of years ago, but I just completed reading the manga for the first time a few months back. I think it was around, I want to say February, when I finished the manga for Yu Hakusho. So, yeah, so the manga, I will definitely say this, the anime is definitely better. I hope to get the anime on DVD at some point. But I'd still say the manga is an interesting read if you're someone who's only watched the anime. So, yep, that's Yu Hakusho Volumes 1 to 19. And then we have Yoshihiro Togashi's other series, which is my favorite anime adaptation of all time, Hunter x Hunter Volumes 1 to 10. There are currently 35 or 36 volumes out in English. I obviously want to get more of it. Now, a little thing about Hunter x Hunter. While I like the anime for it, the manga is still good, but if I were to honestly recommend which one to you guys as the overall best medium, I would say the anime is the best way to go. And that's only because Togashi's artwork is a bit scratchy, I'd say. It's a bit scratchy, a bit messy, and yeah, but you know, Togashi also has a lot of health problems as well, and because of that, it kind of makes his ability to draw manga not the best. And it's currently on hiatus right now, as usual, but Hunter x Hunter is a very good series. It's my favorite shonen battle manga of all time, honestly. But give this a read if you're a die-hard fan of the series like myself. So, yeah, Hunter x Hunter 1 to 10. Alright, I just had to cut real quick so I can move to my other bookshelf. So, on this shelf we have Dragon Ball Volumes 1 to 16. That's complete. That's all of the original Dragon Ball. And then we have Dragon Ball Z Volumes 1 to 26 complete. Now, everyone knows about Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. It's probably everyone's first anime, and if it's not your first anime, it's probably in your top 10 for the first things you watched. At some point, I'm going to do a big binge read of the Dragon Ball manga, because I haven't gotten around to it yet. And I'm also going to rewatch the anime, because I haven't watched the anime for Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z in a while. So, yeah, so I need to do that. And then up here we also have Jocko the Galactic Patrolman, which is like a spin-off prequel to Dragon Ball. I've never read it before. I know a lot of people like the Jocko story, but they also include Dragon Ball Minus in there at the very end, and I am not a fan of Dragon Ball Minus. Dragon Ball Minus was also adapted into the Broly movie that was released in 2019, and Dragon Ball Minus creates a lot of contradictions with the manga and with the anime, but you know, that's a whole nother topic for another day. But yeah, that's all of Dragon Ball right there, and I don't have any plans to get Dragon Ball Super because Super was a huge disappointment. So, yep. Alright, on the next shelf, let me just see if I can get a good view, good angle. On this shelf we have Blade of the Immortal Volume 1 all the way down to Volume 31, and that's the complete Blade of the Immortal series collected in single volume format. Blade of the Immortal was like the first manga review I ever did on my channel. Looking back on that review now, I'd say it would need to be remade because I didn't do that good of a job with the review in my opinion. But yeah. So with the single edition volumes of Blade of the Immortal, these are very, very, very out of print. You will probably never be able to get this series in single edition volumes. And it took me a long time to do it myself, because it was one of the first manga I actually began collecting. They have two other edition formats. You have the Paperback Omnibus that Dark Horse has been releasing since 2015 or 2016, and they're 3-in-1s. I think the last volume is a 3-in-1 as well. And then you have the hardcover, not hardcore, hardcover 3-in-1s, which they kind of look very, very ugly, honestly. Like, they could have done a better job with the hardcover 3-in-1s. And I don't know why they would release a hardcover 3-in-1 after the paperback 3-in-1. Also, by the way, another thing that's stupid about Dark Horse, even the paperback omnibuses are out of print, so it's kind of hard to get your hand on those. So I'd say your best bet if you're going to try to get into Blade of the Immortal, either just buy the hardback edition, even though I personally don't like it, or just read this online, because because Dark Horse has a lot of issues. Alright, so now we get on to this shelf. Let me move these out the way. This part of my shelf. So we have JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 1, Phantom Blood, which is these 3 volumes right here, and that is complete. We have JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 2, Battle Tendency, which are these 4 volumes, which is complete. And then we have JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 3, Stardust Crusaders, which is these 2 volumes. And then we have Volume 3, 4, and 5. And then we have And then we have the rest of it right here. So that's volume 7, 8, 9, and 10. And yeah, there's volume 6 is right there. So I don't have any missing volumes from part 3. And then we have the first 2 hardcover editions for part 4. Now, personally speaking, part 4 is my favorite part of JoJo. I am currently reading part 6 online. I'd say part 6 is decent so far. I know it has a reputation, but yeah. But JoJo's amazing. Like, I'd say it gets better with each part. Each part has its own strengths and weaknesses. So I'd say give JoJo's Bizarre Adventure a read, definitely. And also watch the anime adaptation. Like, the anime is adapted up to part 5. I don't know when part 6 will come out, because at the time of this video being released, part 6 has not been announced yet. So, yeah. So that's JoJo's Bizarre Adventure right there. Parts 1 to 4. And I do plan to get more of part 4, obviously, because I just love JoJo. Like, it's easily somewhere in my top favorite manga of all time. So yeah. And then down here we have Black Cat volumes 1 to 20, and that is complete. I also finished this series like a couple of months back. Now, I actually watched the anime for it originally, and I will say the anime is a good adaptation, but I would say the manga is just better in every way possible. Like, there are certain things that the anime cut out or changed. But yeah, Black Cat's is just excellent. Like, I'd say I don't really see it in a lot of people's collections, but that's also kind of because it's out of print at the same time. I kind of want Viz Me to do like a reprint for the manga, because I'd say it deserves it. But give Black Cat like a read if you're looking for a shonen manga. Like, it's not too tropey. Like, there are some tropes, but it's not too bad. Alright. And then we have Apple Black Volume 1 by White Manga. Yeah, I read this a couple years back. It was a okay read. Like, I need to get another Volume 1 because I kind of damaged mine by my mistake. But But yeah, Apple Black. I'm gonna reread this at some point. It was all right for the first volume. I'm assuming Volume 2 will be much better. And then we have Brody's Ghost by Mark Crilley, like the omnibus that Dark Horse put out. Yeah, Brody's Ghost was a very, very, very good read from what I remember reading it. Like, I read it back in 2015 or 2016. Like, Mark Crilley definitely knows how to draw really well and knows how to write. Like, I've done a lot of his. I've watched a lot of his drawing videos before, because I am in the process of going back to drawing again myself. If I get good enough one day, maybe I'll make like my own graphic novel or something. All right, and then we have Planet Test by Makoto Yukimura, Omnibus 1 and Omnibus 2. You know, I've made a review. Well, like, I've recorded a review for this. I haven't released it yet. I'll probably release it after this video is up. Planet Test is a slice of life manga that takes place in outer space. It was just an okay read, honestly. Like, some people have this as some of their favorite has this as one of their favorite manga. I don't really see why, because it's kind of boring to me, but it was just okay. Alright. And then on to the last shelf of the bookcase, we have the Akira 35th Anniversary box set. I finished Akira also a while back. I need to get that review for it out as soon as possible because I've recorded that, and I'll try to get that out once this video is up. But Akira was definitely lives up to the hype. Definitely lives up to the hype that people give it. So yeah, that was Akira. I haven't watched the movie for it yet, because I wanted to originally compare the manga to the movie adaptation, but you know, from what I heard, it seems like they are both very, very good, so that's promising. Alright. And then underneath we have the Pandora box by Yin Press. So I read the first 2 omnibuses for Pandora Hearts, because that's what the series is. I didn't get to finish the manga because I just got distracted by other things, but I will go back to this and I will finish reading it, and I will make a review for Pandora Hearts for sure, because I know it gets a lot of praise from a lot of people. And yeah, so it should be a good read from what I hear. And then we have the Bakuman box set, which is volumes 1 to 20. And also let me show off the volumes for the Akira box set and the Pandora Hearts box set, so give me 1 minute to cut. Alright, so I wanted to open up the box set to show you. I wanted to open up the box set to show you guys the volumes for Akira. So we have like volume 1 to 6. These are like hardcover omnibuses that Kodansha released for the 35th release. I know Akira's been released multiple times in English. You have like the original comic run, like it was like in like magazine comics, similar to how Marvel is, and they were like in full color and everything. Then I think they made like an omnibus edition for those, and then I think yeah, Akira's been reprinted in English many times over. There's all like you have the Dark Horse printing, which read from left to right with English sound effects. It's just that it wasn't in color. And then you have like the paperbacks of these. Now, unfortunately, this box set's currently out of print. I think they've reprinted this box set at least 3 or 4 times now. I don't think they're going to reprint it anymore, because I think this might be the last time. Like, I got this series back in early 2018, like maybe the middle of 2018. But yeah, and then there's also the Pandora Hearts box set with these 2-in-1 volumes for Pandora Hearts. So yeah, so there's that. And then so I just wanted to show you guys the volumes. And then the last thing I wanted to show on the shelf is the first Naruto box set, which is volumes 1 to 27, which is all of part 1. So I am currently in the process of just reading the Naruto manga, because fun fact, I actually never read the manga before. The first way how I experienced the Naruto story was through the anime, and then I also experienced it through the Ultimate Ninja Storm video games, which I would recommend that you play. When I finish reading all of Naruto, I will make a review for it, obviously. Same with Pandora Hearts when I finish that. Cause I am reading part 2 on the Viz Media Shonen Jump app, because, you know, like, I don't have enough space to get the other 2 box sets, but one day I'll have all of Naruto, and I will, because it's what got me started into this whole, like, if I had never watched the Naruto anime, I probably wouldn't like anime in general. So that's everything on that last shelf. So I'm just gonna cut and go to my next bookshelf. Alright, we're on to my next bookcase right here. So we have the Tokyo Ghoul Past light novel, which is like a spin-off prequel to the Tokyo Ghoul manga. And then we have Tokyo Ghoul Volume 1 all the way to 14. And then we have Tokyo Ghoul Re Volume 1. So I made a review for Tokyo Ghoul. I have yet to read any of Tokyo Ghoul Re. I think that the last volume is supposed to come out sometime soon, I think. I think either the last volume is currently out or it has yet to be released. But I enjoyed Tokyo Ghoul the first half. I hear some mixed things about the second series, Tokyo Ghoul Re. I don't know how true they are, but I think that they might do a box set, maybe like how they did for the first Tokyo Ghoul series, so I am hoping they will do that. And I also heard that Sui Ishida, the guy who wrote Tokyo Ghoul, is going to do another manga soon, so that sounds kind of cool. So I hope to look forward to more of his work, because I did enjoy Tokyo Ghoul, and I definitely want to get into Tokyo Ghoul Re very, very soon. So yeah, that's all my Tokyo Ghoul stuff. And then we have Death Note, the Black Edition Omnibuses. Now these are 2-in-1 editions, and it's Volume 1 to Volume 6, and this is complete. Yeah, I've seen the Death Note anime before. Like, Death Note literally is a classic at this point because just how popular and influential it is, and everyone loves it. I actually have not read the manga for Death Note yet. I hope to do it soon once I get done reading some of the other stuff that I'm currently reading as well. But yeah, Death Note, like, I'm very familiar with it. I also know that they released like an extra chapter for Death Note, I think at the tail end of 2019, early 2020. I did read that chapter. It was an okay little side story chapter that they did, but it was nothing special though. And then we have the Promised Neverland Volume 1 to 7. I watched the first season of the anime and I enjoyed it very much. I know the manga is about to end very soon, and I do plan to read the manga very soon, because I know that season 1, I know that season 2 of the Promised Neverland got delayed due to the ongoing pandemic right now in the world, so yeah, that gives me some time to finish the series, because it's kind of good that the series is about to end and I can just binge it. But yeah, Promised Neverland Volume 1 to 7. This is not to date, however. I think in the English volumes we have at least a good amount of volumes out. I can't remember what the most recent volume was, but I'll probably put it on the screen during editing, so. And then we have Vinland Saga, Omnibus 1 to 5. I watched the first 2 episodes of the Vinland Saga anime, and I also read the first omnibus, and I was working through the second omnibus here. I know a lot of people like Vinland Saga. So far from what I read, it's pretty decent so far. Nothing crazy just yet. I know that they say that the series picks up around the 4th omnibus here. But it's a good series. It's about Vikings, and it's like a historical fictional manga as well. But yeah, like, so I definitely want to get back into Vinland Saga. The only reason why I stopped reading it is just because it's an ongoing series, and I'm trying not to read too many manga that are ongoing, personally. So yeah. And then as you can see right here, we have My Hero Academia, Season 1, all of Season 2, the first movie, and the first half of Season 3. That's not manga, but I just kind of showed it anyway. I do hope to grow my anime collection, definitely. but it will only be filled with stuff that I feel is warranted to own, meaning it has to be an anime that I really like a lot. And I definitely like the My Hero anime a lot. I just finished season 4 very recently, and I'm gonna catch up with the manga because people spoil stuff on the internet. So yeah. But yeah, there's My Hero right there. And then we have A Silent Voice, the box set, volume 1 to 7, which is complete. I also finished this series a while back as well. Like, I think I finished this in March or April. A Silent Voice, I'd say a lot of people definitely like this. They have it in their top manga of all time, but once again, this is just another series that I thought was okay. I don't know. It's like, A Silent Voice was good, but it's like, I would say the story drags from volume 3 to volume 6. Like, oh, not to volume 6, I'd say from volume 3 to volume 5, the series kind of just drags and takes a bit too long and gets too slow. And I'd say, I don't know, like, the series is so short that I don't mind it, but because it's so short, I do mind it, so. But it's an alright series. I will make a review for A Silent Voice as well. But yeah, so A Silent Voice, volumes 1 to 7. And then we have Takehiko Inoue's Vagabond, the Omnibus editions, and that's the Omnibus 1 to Vizbig Volume 6, because these are Vizbig editions. I haven't read this yet, but like I will definitely get around to it soon. The only reason why I haven't is because the series is on indefinite hiatus, and the author hasn't released any chapters in like 4 years or something like that. Like from what I heard, the last chapter came out in like it was like 2012, 2013 or something like that. Like if I'm wrong, I'll just put the last year for a Vagabond chapter, but I know a lot of people have this as their number 1 or number 2 manga, so I'll definitely get around to reading this very soon, hopefully. And then next to that, we have the Godfather of Seinen manga, which would be Berserk, and that would be the first hardcover to the 4th one. I would definitely say, out of everything Dark Horse has done, this is probably the best thing that they've ever done by giving Berserk these nice hardcover editions. Like, I would definitely say this is worth collecting. Now, at retail price, this is $50, but you can actually get this on Amazon for like 30 to 40, which is much cheaper than just spending 50. So try to not get these from Barnes & Noble if you can. I have yet to read Berserk personally myself, but I will do that. I will correct that very soon. Now I know that the Golden Age arc ends at like volume 15 or 14, so I'm undecided if I want to get beyond the 5th omnibus, so that's where the Golden Age arc would end. But yeah, so that's everything on this bookcase. So I'm going to cut and show everything else that I have in my manga collection, and then we will wrap this video up. Alright, so now we're on to the last little bit of my collection, and then the video is all over. So right here we have Black Clover Volume 1, all the way to Volume 17. This is not up to date. I think there's like 19 volumes of Black Clover out. At least 19 or 20 volumes. I am catching up on it with the Viz Media app, the Viz Media Shonen Jump app. So I'm almost caught up to the current chapters. So what I'm thinking of doing for Black Clover is to kind of have like a good amount of content on my channel. I'm thinking about doing chapter reviews, like weekly chapter reviews for the Black Clover manga once I'm all caught up with it. And, you know, break down my thoughts on everything. You know, like I've seen a good amount of manga chapter reviews for like One Piece, and like for other series as well. So, just to have some, just so I can get in the habit of putting out content on a regular basis. I'm thinking about doing Black Clover chapter reviews, so I'm gonna work on how I want to structure them and stuff. But yeah, so that's Black Clover Black Clover Volumes 1 to 17. And then next to that we have what little Inyo Asano manga I actually own. I actually want to buy more. So we have Solanin, and then we have like the little epilogue story right here, like this little booklet. I did a review for Solanin on my channel, so I would say go check that out if you want to hear my thoughts on it. But it's a really decent, very relatable slice of life manga. If you're someone who just graduated from college, or you're someone in your early 20s, this would definitely be relatable, I'd say. So yeah, so definitely give this a read. It's very, very decent, very, very, very good. And then under that we have Niji Gahara Holograph. Now I know this is a manga that goes in and out of print. I don't know if it's currently out of print for anyone who wants to get it, but I got this a while back. I haven't read it because from what I heard from most Inyo Asano fans, they say that this manga is very, very confusing because it's about like time travel or something. So I have not begun reading it because of that. I'm thinking the next thing I'll read from Inyo Asano might be Goodnight Pun Pun, because I know that's his magnum opus series, and everyone loves that series. However, some people say it's very, very depressing and sad, so I'm a bit worried there, but I'll get around. I'll definitely want to pick up some volumes of Goodnight Pun Pun and read that. So there's that. And then we have Noragami Volume 1, Genshiken Omnibus 1, Dead Man Wonderland Volume 1, and then Prophecy Volumes 2 and 3. The reason why I don't have Volume 1 of Prophecy is because when I did order the Prophecy manga, they said Volume 1 was going to run late or something, and I got a bit worried about that. Like, I don't know how, like, I thought I was going to get delayed in the mail or something for a long time, so I canceled my order, and, well, because I canceled my order a bit too early, they decided not to bring Volume 1 after all, so, yeah, that was a dumb move on my part. As for Dead Man Wonderland, I began reading that, like, the first volume, like, a while back. I want to get all of the volumes before I start doing, like, a huge binge read, but I'm just tempted to read it online, honestly. Genshiken, I've not read it, and Noragami, I also have not read it yet, so, yep. And now, on to the last stuff that can't fit on any bookshelf. So right here we have Full Metal Alchemist Volumes 1 to 7 of the hardcover Full Metal edition. I've seen the anime for Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, and Brotherhood is like the adaptation of the manga. So I'm already very familiar with the Full Metal Alchemist story, and I definitely say, like, now personally speaking, I've not read the manga yet, but I will do that soon. It's just that I am kind of hoping that they'll finish releasing the Full Metal editions first before I get more, just because it's going to be 18 of them, and that's a good amount of space that I don't really have right now, but we'll see. I'll try to figure out how to make it work. And then we have, next to that, we have 20th Century Boys Omnibus 1 to 4, which are the perfect editions. I read like the first 2 volumes worth of material on online a while back, like a couple years back, and I remember it was very, very good. So I'm definitely looking forward to jumping into this series. And then next to that, we have Happiness Volume 1, which is Shuzo Oshimi's other series. Now, I haven't begun reading this personally, but I have completed The Flowers of Evil. Like, I read all 4 omnibuses, so I need to make my review for The Flowers of Evil. It was definitely a good story, very twisted, very messed up at some points, but so yeah, that's what Little Shuzo Oshimi I actually own. But I know he also wrote this series called A Trail of Blood or something that just came out, so I'm hoping to get that too. And then we have Monster by Naoki Urasawa, the first of the Perfect Edition. I watched the anime for Monster like a year or two ago, and the anime was definitely good. I will say the only issue I have with the anime is that it's kind of slow. So I'm getting the manga to see if the pacing is just a bit better, because it's like a crime, mystery, drama type of series. But yeah, like Monster's very excellent. I would definitely check it out if you haven't. And then last but not least, we have Magi Volume 1 and Volume 2. I watched like 10 episodes of the anime. I've read the first 4 chapters of the manga. I would definitely say the anime is very, very fast paced, because I think like by episode 10 they're talking about content from like volume 4 or 5 or something by that point. But I definitely want to get all of Magi personally, because I heard it's very, very good. But it's like 37 volumes long, so I'm holding off on that because that's just a lot of space. But yeah, so that's really gonna do it for my manga collection, guys. I'm not sure how many volumes I actually have. I will probably put that in the title of the video. And yeah, so definitely like the video if you enjoy my manga collection. Share it with your friends. Subscribe for more content, because I promise there will be more to come, because I definitely want to get back into YouTube and do some other videos and stuff, like do some more videos. I'm also thinking about doing gaming videos as well, so let me know if you guys want that. But I am Blue Wolf Productions. You guys stay safe in this pandemic, and yeah, I'll talk to you guys in the next video, and go read some good manga during this time. Alright, peace out, guys.